Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Sufficient Grace. I'm Pastor Jason, your Sufficient Grace pastor, and I want to welcome you. And I hope that you have had a blessed week, and that you are feeling God's presence in your life, and that you just have had a great week. And want to thank you for tuning in. If you're tuning in, and I pray that this word encourages you. Like I said last week, we are beginning the series on insights on Christian living from the book of James. And so last week we began with James chapter 1, verses 1 through 4, talking about having joy in the midst of trials. This week we are going to talk about wisdom, asking God for wisdom with humility and trust. And James chapter 1 verses 5 and 6 says, "But if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all generously and without reproach, and it will be given to him. But he who must ask in faith without doubting, for the one who doubts is like the surf of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind." So, James, in this chapter, James is emphasizing the importance of asking God for wisdom. And asking God for wisdom. We all need wisdom, right? We all need it because we all go through things in our life. We go through trials, we go through situations, and oftentimes we are in need of wisdom. And we can't really go by our own humanistic wisdom, so that's why we need to go to God in prayer and ask for His wisdom, for His guidance, and for His direction on how to handle a specific situation, right? And especially when we face things, God gives us wisdom generously and without finding fault in mankind, because God easily can see mankind is not without fault. And we all have things that we go through, things that we face. We're human, so we have this sinful nature, but God gives wisdom to us when we ask Him. Because all you got to do is ask. If you need wisdom today, ask God. And don't be like a double-minded man, tossed in the sea, okay, in the waves of the sea. But know what you need from God and ask. And if you need the wisdom today, ask Him. I want to encourage you to ask, because we serve a good God, and He's not going to, if you ask for wisdom, He's not just going to strike you, but God is a good God, and He will give you wisdom. All you got to do is ask Him today for humility, in humility and in trusting that God will do it. So if you need wisdom today, ask God with humility and trust that He will do what you ask Him to do, because that's the kind of God we serve, like I said. So I want you to be encouraged today. Trust God, ask God for wisdom, because we all go through trials and situations, and we can't do this on our own. We can't do this thing on our own. It's by God's grace, and God's grace helps us and gets us through. And so we need God's help. We need God's wisdom. So if you're going through a situation today, you're going through a trial today, and you need God's help, ask God, pray, seek Him, and ask Him for wisdom. And then trust that He is going to give you the wisdom that you need. Trust that He is going to give you that and to help you through, because God's grace will help you through. God's grace will will help you to get through, because God's grace is enough. It's more than enough. God's grace is more than enough. It's not like when you ask God for His grace, when you ask for wisdom, you ask God also for His grace too. His grace is not an overabundance amount of grace, but it's just enough to help you in your situation and in your circumstance. So that's my encouragement for you today, for this week. That wraps up this week, and we'll continue on next week. And I pray that you just have a blessed day and that you keep it real.